Welcome to Aligned Trading, going over Friday's SPY recap, as well as taking a look at what to be watching on Monday, as well as next week. So coming off of this crazy end of the day move right here, I'm going to talk a little bit about that before we get into the rest of the video. So firstly, the reversal was not surprising. As I explained at 11:30 on the 1 minute chart, you will start to see this larger cup and handle being formed, which we will go over, but you see it right here forming this cup. However, I did not personally see it reaching 527 as we regained the 20-day and the 5-day moving average within the last 30-minute candle of the day, which is quite the move. What also allowed for this reversal to happen in the capacity that it did, being such a violent reversal the other way, is because of easy way down, easy way up, as I explained right here. I also explained that you can see the 3 levels of tapering here as we have this orange right here, the aggressive selling, and then we start to taper with the yellow. And finally, you see this blue algorithm right here allowing more tapering, which gives us that move up with that reversal as well, as I explained earlier, giving us this cup starting to fill. Now, like I said, I did not expect us to go all the way up to 527. I don't think anyone necessarily did. However, I did see at least this cup being formed right here, which I took some SPX lottos, which went for 300%. And the thing is, I did not hold on to them at the end of the day. In the pre-market brief for Discord members, I explained that we would be watching for this algorithm right here, being the green algorithm, if we wanted to see some sort of head and shoulder breakdown right here, breaking out of it, that would give us the move down, and that is what we saw. I also explained that if we saw a reversal, we could start to see something like this right here, and maybe it started to form something like that as we try and form this cup back to the moving average and hold above this 20, which we did not, and we fell below right here now on the 1 minute chart and going over the trades taken. So as I explained here in the morning, we were at the 20-day moving average, and I was either looking for this head and shoulder right here below it, as we started to break down, forming this inverse cup and handle, as you can see right there, giving us that selling continuation. Or I would like to see this inverse head and shoulder right here as we start to regain and hold above that moving average if we wanted to form support and break out. My first entry up here at the top, you can see the green as well as the pink tapering algorithm right here, giving us that breakdown as we start to form that head and shoulder I was talking about. And as we close below this shoulder right here, I take another entry, and then once again we form this inverse cup, and you can see that small handle right here. This is where I start to add in more, and as we continue completing this inverse cup and handle, I start to add more. You can see this head and shoulder forming, giving us this orange selling continuation, as I mentioned earlier as well, along with the green and pink algorithms, which you can see continue tapering on the way down right here, giving entries as well as selling continuation like this. So after taking the move down right here, and I started seeing the tapering, I explained I was not going to take any more trades as this reversal was not ready yet. We were trying to form this base right here, and there was nothing to force to the downside right here. As you can see, that is not what I want to trade. I would like to trade these big candles right here. On this reversal right here, you see the 3 levels of tapering. You have the strong orange selling right here, as well as the tapering yellow, which starts to come in, and we are following. And then you see the last being the blue right here, along with this inverse head and shoulder and cup that is starting to form right here, which gives us that move as we try to complete it right here, and ended up blowing the top off here, which was very crazy to see. Now we will go over Monday and what to be watching next week. Now, taking a look at the larger structure forming here, on Friday we closed this inverse cup right here at this level with all of the liquidity, as you can see right here, but we did not form that handle in order to break down right here, and we're not seeing any form of tapering as if we were going to continue below this 20-day moving average, keeping it as resistance. So going into next week, we'll be watching to see if we hold above this 20 as well as this 5-day, and we are starting to possibly grab the liquidity to head back up. As you can see right here, there is plenty of liquidity if we do want to hold above this 5-day moving average right here, giving us this move up and breaking out of that 530. However, if this is a trap just like this was a trap down here, be watching to get back below this 20-day moving average right here, keeping this 5-day as resistance and possibly continuing down like that, completing this level down here at the inverse cup, closing it around that 517. As you can see, this is still controlled selling that we have been in with this blue and yellow selling algorithm right here, as well as the orange right here that you can see controls the selling, and we are now starting to break out of the orange, which we did right here as we closed this cup down here. We broke out of orange, we started to grab the blue, and that is why it gave us that move as well. And now we will be looking for this blue algorithm breakout here and see if we continue to move higher or if we reject right here and build some liquidity before breaking out within it like this with a possible head and shoulders, as this 526 and 525 level right here is important. You can see that it would be good to hold above that with a shoulder and form more liquidity before moving higher. Over the past couple of weeks, we have been basing around this 5-day moving average right here, as you can see, and we turned it into resistance. We turned it into resistance here, and we remained below it as we were continuing to see selling. But now that we are back above it right here, be watching as this has regained the 20 as well. And what we will want to see now is this 20-day to start to trend up with it, as well as this 5-day continue trending back up like you can see right here, giving us that move higher and testing the upper Bollinger Band, which we'll go over on the daily now. Looking at the overall trend, we can see we have now retested this 20-day moving average and are trying to hold back above that 5-day. And if that happens, as you can see here, hold back above the 5-day with the 20 retest, we test this upper Bollinger here as well, 20-day retest back above the 5-day and the upper Bollinger test. So if we do start holding back above this 5-day, look for this upper Bollinger retest, and from there we will start to either see if it starts opening back up, the 5-day starts trending higher again, as you saw with the Bollinger Band starting to contract right here. If we do start to enter maybe some form of chop or basing period, as we do have FOMC coming up, I believe June 12th, which the market will be waiting in anticipation for and is going to be very important. So if we do start to base right here and don't see a very large move and remain within this range right here, be paying attention to that as FOMC comes up. Friday's candle as well being the end of the month right here, we saw more volume than we have been seeing for the previous couple of weeks. The volume has been quite lackluster and we have not really had much action here. As you can see, we are trying to establish some sort of direction with this 20-day moving average possibly starting to base, as I explained, and this 5-day before we start to make that move up or down, and we will look for the Bollinger Bands too. That being said, be patient going into the next couple of weeks before FOMC. But thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you are not, and I will see members in the morning. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.